Hello everybody, it's Wednesday, June 3rd, and I'd like to share some comments about the evolution of the grain and byproducts export from Argentina. Basically, wheat, corn, and the soybean complex. The first slide is about wheat, and huge harvest allow huge exports in the beginning of the marketing campaign. You can see the large spread year over year in January and February. Remember that the forecasted wheat harvest is around 27.8 million metric tons. But the export declines since March, April, and May. It said that we could see a carry out of around 5 or even 6 million metric tons, and this is because there are some limitations about the protein content of the Argentine wheat. This could limit the Brazilian purchases in the second half of the marketing year. In the case of corn, we are seeing record exports in the beginning of the marketing year. Remember that our marketing year starts in March to February. And you can see in the graph how the exports increase as overwhelm the 2025 exports. Um, Close to 14 million metric tons were exported in the last 3 months. Even considering January and February, the total corn exported in 2026 overwhelmed the previous year by 10%. The last official estimate for corn was fixed at 70 million metric tons. It sounds some exaggerated, but in any case, the export surplus exceeds 40 million metric tons in this 2025-2026 campaign. Well, I'm talking about the soybean, our star product of the Argentine agribusiness. You can see how stable is the export of the byproducts, but there was a fall in February shipments, and particularly for soybean oil. You can see in the graph soybean oil compared to soybean meal in February. But in March, April, and May, if you pay attention, you can see a larger decline this year in the soybean oil exports than in the soybean meal ones. And this could be the reflection of the domestic FOB prices evolution, where soybean oil shows weak prices instead the strong price of the soybean meal. And finally, as usual, whole soybean exports have a peak at harvest time. This is May, June, but I consider that we will export this year significantly lower volume or lower soybean than in the past campaign. Well, okay, I hope this information is useful for you. Thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you next week. Have a good day.